Hello, welcome to Asia in Review at ThinkTech Hawaii. I'm your host, Hong Jiang, Associate Professor of Geography at UH Manoa. And today joining me is my guest, Fawn Shang. And we're going to be talking about what are the Chinese tourists looking for. We all know that Chinese tourists to Hawaii have been rising in numbers, and they're also the biggest spender of all tourist visitors, about 400 a day. And tourist-related industries are trying to adjust themselves to better serve these Chinese tourists. So in today's discussion, we're going to learn more about these Chinese tourists and seeing them not just as the generators of our economy, which is true also, but we want to see them more as fellow human beings with their changing hopes and desires. And who are they? Why do they come to visit Hawaii? And what are they looking for? What do they gain from their experiences in Hawaii? And of course, we're also going to be talking about the spending pattern of these tourists and much more. And my guest today, Fawn Shang, is president of ReadUSA, a specialized travel agency catering specifically to mainland Chinese free independent travelers to Hawaii. The website ReadUSA.com is a portal to Hawaii, is one of the top Chinese language websites for Chinese visitors to Hawaii, promoting travel to Hawaii. And in addition to working in the travel industry, Fawn is, she has just this great experience. She's a writer and a filmmaker, and she's written several books, among them, hear this, the complete self-guided Hawaii cultural tour book, which is published in China, has become the most popular Hawaii tour guide in China for Chinese travelers. And one of her documentary films, called Finding Sandalwood Mountain, tells the history of the Chinese in Hawaii. And Fawn, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you to have me here.
Just look at all the, the story, the experience that you have. The tourists that you serve are so fortunate to have you as their guide.
Oh, vice versa. I was very happy to have them as my guests, take them around the island. And each time when I take my visitors to see the island, each time I tell myself how lucky I am to be able to live in the paradise on earth, Hawaii.
That's wonderful. So we're going to hear more about your visit, these people you serve, your help. And ReadUSA, and on the website, I saw that you say we're basically catering mostly or exclusively to FIT,
yes.
Which is a free.
It's just individual visitors. These people not come as busload tourists. Okay. What we see. These are the people, they go to American embassy, get their own visa, they come over here. Most of them have like a 1 year multiple entry visa. Most of them, they have been visiting all over the world many times, and they finally found Hawaii. And these people, they stay in 5-star hotels. Mm-hmm.
So you're catering to these kind of value-based visitors, not just people who are coming here shortly and then hit and run and go. They're really staying, they have the money, that kind of visitors, right?
Yes, my visitors or my clientele, they are only visiting Hawaii, not for Hawaii hop over or go to mainland. Those are the people that I take them not only on Oahu, but also Big Island, Maui, even Lanai.
Oh, wow. Tell us a little bit of who are these people? First of all, let's backtrack a little bit. We all know about Chinese, tourists coming here. Most of them are going with tourists, right? Very few are doing the independent tour.
Yes, the Chinese who are visiting here, not actually in America-wise, I would say very few, probably less than 1%. They come over here to Hawaii. And among this 1%, probably less than 1% who are individual visitors. These are the people, my clients mostly are business people who owns hotels, owns real estate companies, or these people who can afford to travel, not only paying high high prices. Also, these are the people well learned. These are the people understand family, and so they travel not only with themselves. They usually even bring their brothers, sisters, parents. They came here to have a vacation, to understand not the beauty on the surface, but also the beauty beneath it. So those people who, when I share with them, they all fall in love with Hawaii. I have a family that been visiting me for the past 5 years. Every year they came. Before the Chinese New Year, they already call me, says, book me a hotel, book me rent me a car. And they came with 2 luggages. When they go back, 6 luggages. Because Hawaii, for luxury items, Hawaii is a paradise to shop for luxury items, which luxury items in China, like at least 40% more for the same products. That's why they came to Hawaii, they enjoy the beauty and the fresh air, and also they say, oh, it's so cheap. By buying certain goods, they can save their airplane tickets, so that's why not Hawaii?
We'll probably get to the shopping list just a little bit. So you talk about this one family from Beijing, and they come every year for 5 years already. Tell us, just give us more of the examples of the people who you serve, business people, and what drive them to Hawaii.
Okay. Let's get back a little bit. Lots of people, they have traveled all over the world before they come to Hawaii. I find it's very interesting because they've been to lots of places before they landed in Hawaii. So that's why I always ask them, where have you been? When they give me the list, then I say, why did you come to Hawaii earlier? Oh, they will say, oh, Hawaii, a small island. We always thought it's very hot and humid and very few people, but probably lots of birds. But
that's their image of
Hawaii. Then after they spend a week here, they always say, Hawaii, I was shocked to learn how beautiful Hawaii is. The air is beautiful, especially the people here. It's so mellow because you compare with Shanghai, Beijing, people is always like on the run. Time is money. But here, Hawaii, it's laid back, as you know, especially for my people from Beijing. I just recently had a visitor from, the husband is big developer in Hainan, and the wife and the child, for education purpose, they send the best school in Beijing, so they're separated anyway. So the wife spent her week here, and the wife, when she just went back home, she already calling me, say, Sister Fawn, can you help me to locate a school for my son? Find me an apartment. I want to move here already.
Oh, wow. And they are able to because of their financial resources, right?
Yes. For the money, the Chinese right now, for the past 30 years, we have lots of rich Chinese. But however, when people is well-to-do, their thinking is that, where is my place that I can set my, as my retirement place. And the people group that I catering to, majority of them wants to retire, have a possibility to retire in Hawaii. Because right now, they usually want to first to do is that send their children and their wives come to Hawaii and buy some property here. That's why I also have a real estate license. I already helped lots of Chinese people purchase apartment here and help their children to stay here and send them help them to be enrolled either in Iolani school or Punahou school for summer school right now. And so Hawaii is itself, it's have a big image, more than I think local people know, and more than lots of people understand. But because Hawaii itself, it's a beautiful image. That reminds me, in China, we have a Shanghai Jing. It's a book about, there is a beautiful fairy tale kind of mountain in the middle of the Pacific, where people live there, people have worry-free and live forever. I always say to my visitors, to me, Hawaii is that fairy tale island.
So this kind of a lost, almost like a large magic place that still is in existence in some regard, right?
Yeah, but you and me, we both learned in China. We have the Chinese
That's
background,
right.
right? We understand. Now in China, you can hardly find a place water is pure, air is clean, and the people are mellow. No, everybody seems rushed because money is everything, and water and air is a major concern. So when these people landed in Hawaii, when they breathe the fresh air, look at the white clouds, floating by, and the people just on the beach and relax, worry-free. But it's big contrast for them. Then I also share with them the history of Hawaii. And Hawaii is the island that we have most the plants and also the sea life. And but basically a big Hawaiian islands only have 1.27 million population.
That's right. Yeah.
We're in Shanghai, one district of a neighborhood is over already 1 million population.
That's a huge contrast.
So to people, Hawaii is a dreamland. And what my job is, that's why I'm writing my book. My book is, as you know, it's a second edition. I just share my understanding, and I just want to tell my friends that if you're able to come to visit us, you will fall in love too, with Hawaii Island, which is true.
By the way, this book is the complete self-guide Hawaii cultural tour book in Chinese, and the most popular tour guide tour book in Chinese for Hawaii. So wonderful, it make you think, especially for the financially able, if the Chinese have discovered Hawaii, more Chinese would discover Hawaii, we are going to get a lot more people coming, right?
To my understanding, and I was in Beijing last 2 weeks ago. I was in front of Beijing embassy. Look at how many people eager to get a visa to come to America. I personally try to invite lots of elite people who owns hotels, owns restaurants, or white collar who are top manager for bankers, for banking corporation in China. But those people are not guaranteed to get a visa. Even with the letter from our state government may not necessarily grant them with visa. So visa is still a thing. And of course, after Obama became president, he did give some, because of him, the visa situation is much relaxed. However, the rejection is still a lot there. And also people residents within Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, these three cities easy to get visa to come to America because their apartment alone costs a lot of money.
That's right.
But people with inland, like for example, I have a friend who owns a hotel in Inner Mongolia, and I also understand his best friend was refused a visa because the embassy, the officer who works for embassy, has a right to refuse anyone with visa.
If they come to get a visa with a tour group, it's easier for them to get a visa.
Yes, that's the issue. Actually, to me, Hawaii needs is to encourage individual. We call FIT, individual like families. These people come to Hawaii, they spend much more. Like for example, my friends that who stay, like for example, the friends that I just sent off last week, they stay at Kahala Hotel, and just one day I was just taking them in Ala Moana Shopping Center. They look at everything. First thing they bought a Prada suit, cost them only $2,000. Cheap.
Only
Then
$2,000.
they went to, then finally we went to Hermes, and Hermes is only what, 8,000 or some 6,000, I don't remember.
I don't know.
I was like, oh, this is much cheaper than in China. So they have to order another sets. But these people, average, my clients, they spend like, I just want to tell you the truth is that they take me for dinner. Like we just had like, Kale Kulani. One bottle of red wine is $1,600.
Wow, how does it taste?
But you see that in China, the money is accumulated to a lot of individuals. And these individuals actually is what we aim at. Hawaii needs these individuals who well learned, who are not so-called, locally there's some people saying that Hawaii, we have a lots of Chinese visitors right now, but they are disruptive. But you know, actually it depends on, because in Hawaii we have people who have, you know, lay back on the beach like ukuleles, and some people are very quiet, different.
That's right.
But what kind of people we want to attract to Hawaii?
That's right.
But Hawaii so far right now, in my mind, is not equipped for the individual visitors. People have to rely on tour company.
That's right, yeah. There's so many questions we can address. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll address a lot of these questions. And I want to get to that shopping list.
Okay.
I'm Hong Jiang. This is Asia in Review at ThinkTech Hawaii. And we've been talking about what are the Chinese tourists looking for. And when we come back, we'll have more.
Aloha, I'm Jay Fidel. This is ThinkTech Hawaii, broadcasting live from the Pioneer Plaza in downtown Honolulu. We raise public awareness about tech, energy, and globalism in Hawaii. Technology is critical to our state. A vibrant tech sector will give us new prospects in the global marketplace and will offer great careers and make our economy more resilient. Streaming live on Ustream and Spreaker, ThinkTech allows its hosts and guests invaluable opportunities to report important events and discuss important questions, and to be heard here in Hawaii and around the world. You can find links to our live streams on thinktechhawaii.com or on our mobile website, m.thinktechhawaii.com. And you can see our archive on YouTube. It's all just a click away. We want to do whatever we can to keep Hawaii relevant, connected, and thriving in the complexity of the 21st century. We hope you will help us in those efforts. Tune in today. This is ThinkTech. I'm Jay Fidel. Mahalo.
Hello, we're back. We're live, and this is Asia in Review at ThinkTech Hawaii. And we've been speaking with Fawn Shang about what are Chinese visitors looking for. And Fawn is the president of ReadUSA, which is a travel agency, especially for the Chinese independent visitors. And we learned so much about this small top crop of Chinese visitors coming here that you are serving, which is really interesting. Let's get to the, you talk about what they buy. I think a lot of viewers will be interested, especially business people will be interested in the shopping list.
The Chinese are buying here is luxury items. Okay. So what the Chinese right now, what I understand, their purchasing prices of daily expense on average per person is about $400 a day.
Yeah.
These are people who came with a shopping list. It's like Louis Vuitton bags, like a Gucci bags, or eyeglasses, anything that we say luxury, especially purses or name brand clothes, shoes, you name it. If you want to know exactly what they are purchasing, you go to duty-free shoppers, DFS. But the duty-free shoppers are the people mostly, sometimes, I think majority of them, they come from a tour group. These are the people who, lots of them actually, may not necessarily very, very wealthy, but it's the culture. In China, if you only make $2,000 US a month, if you only make $2,000 a month, but they will spend $4,000 US to buy a bag. The reason is, to them, it's the social status.
Where did the Chinese frugal attitude, where did that go?
No, okay. Chinese is frugal. They know how to spend their money, okay? So the newer generation, for the children who are born, for the people who are born after 1980, who are in 30s right now, these people are the luxury items spender, purchaser. These people, for example, they probably make only $1,000 US a month. You will say, oh, they spend the money on, they have to pay rent and everything. The truth is, the parents, pay for their rents. They don't
that's
even have
right.
to pay food. That's Chinese customary. Okay?
Because they are the one child generation, basically.
So their money is for themselves. Let me give you example of my family. Okay, I have a sister who has only one son who is 27 years old, who make about over, oh my goodness, actually over 1,000 US dollars.
That's pretty good money.
For China,
the
it's
Chinese.
pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to pay one penny to my sister. All his money saved is for what? Is for personal item. So therefore, he able to save 2 months' salary to buy a watch, another 6 months' salary to buy a pair of shoes. So he himself doesn't have to think about save money for the family because his parents already done for him.
And we're seeing a lot of those travelers in Hawaii or anywhere in the world, probably. When you see Chinese spending so much money, some of those money are that kind of money, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying this here as my nephew is only a standard working class people. But then you talk about the people, lots of people owns restaurants, who owns hotels, who are stockbrokers.
That's right,
I
yeah,
have two. By the way, I have two clients, one from Shanghai, one from Hangzhou. Oh, thank God, my apartment is purchased by the Hangzhou young couple who is on 30s. They bought a $1 million apartment that says Fawn here. You can live there as long as you pay the management fees.
Oh boy!
So you see these people.
I have to go visit. I'm going to book it with
you.
you.
See, another Shanghai brokers took me to in New York because he wants to bring his family to New York and to Los Angeles, but he does not speak the language. So everything is first class. This is the person I told you. Every meal costs him more than 1,000 US dollars.
Wow. So very different kind of lifestyle. So here we're talking about different people. People who have a lot of money, people who are young, even if they don't have the money, they can still afford to spend. Do we have other groups, people coming here from China?
You see, for me, the Chinese people who are purchasing, who come over here, is they also has to have some money.
Yeah, that's
if they
right.
are only on their retirement pension or on their salaries, if they're elderly, I don't think they were able to, because they even have the money, they want to save for when the rainy days. But the children of them, because the parents always say, I cannot, but I want my children able to come to America. So there's a lots of young kids who are getting married in America. Actually, this group of people, we need to target it, to invite them to get married.
Hawaii would be a beautiful place for that.
In China, the average cost for a couple, young kids, to get married, do you know how much the cost?
I have no idea. I've left China for too long.
Well, I can put it that if the parents is wealthy, the cost can be $1 million US dollars.
That's right, yeah.
If you're very, very poor, working class people, like for example, my sister who is only an ordinary worker, his son, when he get married, the cost at least 1 million Chinese yen. It means over 150,000 US dollars, because to them it's a face issue. So on the day they have to buy their children everything. Apartment, okay, not even mention the wedding in there. They down payment. Some people, of course, some people already have down payment of apartment. Otherwise, you cannot have a daughter-in-law. You have to buy a car.
Yeah. So much expected.
And
of
also
parents.
the grandiose wedding banquet. That's you have at least, if you only have less than 100 people attend your son's wedding, you feel you lose face among your friends.
So, talking about, let's diverge just a little bit, because this is so interesting. Help us to understand more of where are the Chinese coming from and what their thinkings are. In terms of spending money, is this more like a newly rich kind of mentality? I need to show off, because after you feel comfortable with your identity, then you won't be spending so much money on these things anymore, right?
Not necessarily so-called identity, because China seems there's always a fashion. Like if this year, Louis Vuitton has this bag, and I saw you already have a Louis Vuitton bag, but I have a newer one. You have to have one.
So we have to compete.
Always competition. So this kind of things, it's dragging the society. I don't know for good or for bad, but the Chinese is one thing is though, because they save for one big thing. I find it myself living in 26 years in America. Americans will spend freely for $20 item. They will spend $20, but will not spend $100. When it reaches $100, oh, too expensive. But the Chinese just differently. If this only costs them $20, oh no, I don't want this. But they will save
for big money item.
They will save for, if they like something, they will save for food and drinks, whatever it takes, just to get it.
Interesting. Just to recap, for people who come to Hawaii, Chinese coming to Hawaii to visit, they are not your average Chinese in terms of income. They are the richer people. So don't think if you go to China, everybody is going to pick up a big stack of cash and buying things.
Has to be above average. But Hawaii has a potential to reach to those top of the cream.
That's right, yeah. Because, you know, of many things. In terms of you know, in addition to luxury items, they can buy luxury items anywhere in the U.S. or in Europe, anywhere, right? Anything in particular about Hawaii, from Hawaii, that they buy?
Yeah, they call Hawaii, we have a sweet treasure. Have you heard about it?
I don't know.
This is local Chinese people, because the travel company in Hawaii, when they have a group people come over, actually they do not make money when they get each individual from the Chinese travel company. In fact, they lose money. I tell you one example is one day when I have the book, because this is book, if my clients have my book, they can travel Hawaii without a tour guide.
Without you?
Yes. And one Chinese tour company lady was complaining to a Chinese restaurant owner, says, if you have Fawn's book in your restaurant for sale, I will not bring my tour to your restaurant. The reason is each visitors in the group, they will cost them, the cost alone to host them hotel with the tour guide and everything, probably will cost them more than $150 for 3 hop over. But they get less than $100. Where to get the money back is selling Hawaii sweet treasures. This sweet treasures, the most popular is Tahitian Pearl. Do you know how expensive Tahitian Pearl is?
I have no idea.
Tens and thousands.
Oh, really?
And 10,000s. One chain of the pearl, Tahitian necklace costs more than $10,000.
Can you tell the Tahitian Pearl from other pearls?
Well, you know, good thing is the tour guide were able to tell the Chinese visitors, these are authentic. We'll guarantee you that's authentic Tahitian pearl.
So is this pearl become kind of popular in China, fashionable in China, therefore you can sell that? You know, you think about 10,000 for a string of pearls on the high side.
Well, to Hawaii is a good news, right? If you can sell $10,000 or $20,000 for a pearl. But in China, every item, do you know what's the value? Value is the eyes of beholder, right?
That's right.
If you think it's worth $10,000, people just buy it. So that's how make a good
for Hawaii
tour guide, right?
Exactly.
You were able to tell the visitor, and the visitor buys it and very, very happy about it. That's good.
Okay, so what else?
The second one is Hawaii is, you know, coral.
Oh, coral. Okay,
you know,
okay.
In Hawaii, we used to have this kind of we call the cow blood coral, very, very red. Do you know in the past 10 years how much? If you purchased 10 years ago, you're
making a fortune, right? Wow.
Very expensive. The reason is, especially the blood cow coral, the red coral, is that in last dynasty of Chinese, you know, the history, which is Manchu history, there's a word called Hong Zi. It means because
red it becomes purple.
Yes, the reason is in old days in China, the people was ranked, classed after the emperor, the rank number 1. We call number 1 officer, and how to define himself and with other different rank officials is the hat. On top of the hat is the coral. If the color is the red, is the blood red, that's the top officials.
Oh,
so that
I
means
see.
you are the most powerful officials.
I see.
And this kind of coral, because right now the world, just like into ivory, and no longer allow you to harvest. So what we
I
existed, the stocks, it's become very valuable.
I
so
see,
people
okay.
paying a lot of money. And for luxury item like Louis Vuitton bag, it will change. This year's
That's right,
fashion,
yeah.
next year new fashion comes, but with blood. Cow blood coral. That's you can leave for the next generation. So people are really paying big money for it. The third one is so-called Hawaiian diamond. Have you heard about it?
I guess I'm not in that crowd. I'm learning new things.
The so-called Hawaiian diamond.
Hold on one second, because we're going to take a break, and after that, we're going to have you here introduced to us this Hawaiian diamond. I'm Hong Jiang. This is Asia in Review, and we've been talking with Fawn Shang about what are Chinese tourists looking for. When we come back, we'll have more.
I'm Hori for ThinkTech. For nearly half a century, the Hawaii Foreign Trade Zone No. 9 has brought the benefits of the Foreign Trade Zone program to Hawaii businesses and entrepreneurs. DBET, the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism, operates Hawaii's Foreign Trade Zone program to encourage international business and economic development. The Foreign Trade Zone's mission is to increase the amount of international trading activity in Hawaii, thereby providing employment opportunities for the residents of our island state. For more information, see ftz9.org. I'm Nicole Hori. Mahalo. Aloha.
Hello, we're back. We're live. This is Asia in Review, and I'm your host, Hong Jiang. And we've been streaming a lot live. And with me in the studio is my guest, Fawn Shang, and president of ReadUSA Travel Agency gearing toward Chinese independent travelers. And we'll be talking about what are Chinese tourists looking for. And I'm hearing and learning new things completely from you. So you're talking about several things that Chinese tourists are buying, things that's considered local, and you're talking about the diamond, right?
Yes, like first I talk about the Tahitian Pearl, second I talk about the cow blood coral.
Yeah.
The third is so-called Hawaiian diamonds. I'm sure lots of Hawaiian people say, we don't have diamonds, but our tour guide was able to tell the visitors these are authentic Hawaiian diamonds. Actually, it's a quartz. You have a pink quartz, and there's a kind of, it's kind of little greenish color.
I had to go find it and then see what.
Lots of them, I have to tell you, I think lots of them come from Taiwan.
Oh,
but maybe in Hawaii we have. Actually, we do. I'm sorry, I take it back. Because do you know, in Big Island, we have a green sand beach. The green sand is the quartz. It's that one. It's in our volcano. So they're able to craft it with diamond and look pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, we call that Hawaiian diamond. Actually, for scholar-wise, you are the professor in geography. You can tell me in Hawaii we don't have diamond because the pressure is not long enough to make this diamond. Diamonds basically, if I understand, it's coal, right? It's pressured by the certain time or whatever. Hawaii cannot be like that. However, that is. But when I tell my visitors, I always encourage them to purchase the red blood, the cow blood coral, because that is really rare. It's not can keep replaceable, can keep forever.
That's right.
But also these are the three most expensive items. Hawaii do offer lots of things that Chinese sought after, because Hawaii people, we look younger than our age. And so, besides the air, water, and of course, good feeling and sunshine, also Hawaii has we call so-called, it is true, nori?
What is
nori? Nori.
Okay.
It's a Hawaiian fruit. It's a magical fruit.
Okay.
Hawaiian in old days, they believe it can heal everything. So now we are selling this to the Chinese visitors.
Is it
noni? Noni. I need a Hawaiian speaking people to teach me how to pronounce it. Noni.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually,
It's a detox.
yeah,
yeah.
detoxification, and that Chinese don't understand what this is, but the Hawaiian Chinese tour industry able to make it become a very popular item,
Okay.
which is right now one of the most popular, local foods that Chinese people are buying.
Okay.
You can buy it in Costco, probably $9-10.
Okay.
Our Chinese visitors is paying $35 a bottle. I'm very happy about
From who?
it.
From their guide,
From travel companies.
their travel companies. Oh, I see. Okay.
And also anything is related to like vitamins. And Hawaii, we also have spirulina, which is very good for health. And the Chinese right now, because the air and water, and
yeah, that's
now
right.
they finally have a good life with lots of money. They want longevity.
That's
and
right,
Hawaii, our people, how happy we are, and our people in Hawaii live long, so they want
show
to
them good examples, right?
yeah, they want to buy something from Hawaii. And we do, if you try. Have you tried? You need to try nuni. You
think I
lose
probably-
10 years. You lose 10 years.
Okay.
This is how we tell people. And but this is joke, but it's real.
Interesting.
I have a friend who was here, who bought a timeshare in Hilton Hawaiian Village. Her father has a stomach problem. And so last time they attended a group, whatever, so some people told them, oh, nuni is very good. So he bought it, but did not use it. So when the daughter was in Hawaii, I was there. She was telling her father, why don't you try this magical fruit from Hawaii, from where I put it? And then later on, she told me her father's stomach sick or illness is gone.
Oh, wow. It is magical.
It is a magic fruit. It's called Hawaii magical fruit. It's translated.
I see.
The word. So, which is very, very good. We should try ourselves too.
Interesting. Anything else on the list? This is very fascinating.
Well, and also they come to Hawaii. Of course, they will look for not only the products here. It's also the of course water sports. Okay, and also I think most important, they want to also eat in Hawaii. They want to experience good food in
that's
Hawaii.
right. Yeah.
So they're spending. We're talking about Chinese in Hawaii, visitors in Hawaii. They're looking for two kinds of things. One is very expensive luxury products of food. The other is something authentic, very authentic. I pay attention to me. I pay attention to my visitors recently. They're looking for like Hawaiian, the marten. There's koa wood frames, the koa wood watches, and in Alamona Shopping Center we have a store, and
koa
also
wood.
in the
Oh,
Wall
I see.
Center. Chinese people pay attention to this, and I think if they do enough of advertisement, I think that's the item that Chinese people will buy. Because Chinese, just like Japanese, they come to Hawaii. They cannot go home empty-handed.
That's right.
They cannot afford to give each friends or Louis Vuitton bag or Chanel purse.
That's right.
They have to buy something that's not too cheap, but it's also representing Hawaii. So I think the koa frame wood, a koa bowl, something like that is really good.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear this shopping list that some of those items considered local, but it's kind of invented. It's actually not local at all. At the same time, you have this koa wood or other really kind of a local product. If the industry is doing a better job at putting the image out, then it will be very helpful. That's interesting. So we're coming to our next break, and this is Asia in Review at ThinkTech Hawaii. I'm your host, Hong Jiang, and we've been talking about what are the Chinese tourists looking for. When we come back, we'll have more of the story.
Steve Petranek, editor of Hawaii Business Magazine, and I'm going to be part of Newsmorphosis 3, a look at online news in Hawaii. And along with me there will be Patty Epler of Civil Beat and HuffPost Hawaii, Malia Zimmerman of Hawaii Reporter, Jared Kuroiwa of KHON, and moderating us all is Howard Dykes of Hawaii News Now. If you want to know how Hawaii it gets its news now and will be getting it in the future, you need to be at Newsmorphosis 3. That's at 11:30 on October 24th at the Plaza Club. See you then. Hi, I'm Steve.
We're back, we're live. This is Hong Jiang at Asia in Review, and we've been speaking with Fawn Shang about what Chinese visitors are looking for. And we just went through this fascinating list of products that are considered local by Chinese tourists. We just have the next, this is the last section of the show here, and there's so much you can tell us, but if you sum up in terms of visitors coming here, before they come here, they have this image of Hawaii. After they come here, they have a different image of Hawaii. What is that difference?
When people come over here, I'm just telling you, like just last summer, I have a friend who booked for 3 days in Hawaii because the whole family went to attend their daughter's graduation. So they thought Hawaii only needed 3 days because it's small islands. So they came over here. They said, oh, I wish I knew Hawaii is like this. Because they didn't do homework. I said, well, you did not read my book. So
that's right.
So they came over here. They felt 3 days is not enough because they thought Hawaii is just a small island, not so many people, only like little birds, and not so many Chinese or whatever. They just feel like these are small islands, just like the Hainan. If you've not been to China, it's called the Hainan.
That's right.
Hainan, in China, they're promoting Hainan as China's Hawaii.
Oh,
so they
I
thought, they've been to Hainan many times, so just like that. But they came to Hawaii and said, oh my goodness, there's no comparison. And people, no comparison for lots of reasons. First is Hawaii's beauty, the natural beauty. There's no comparison, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And also the air, and also mostly is people. People here, and they find it's not like mainland USA. Most of them, they've been to USA many times.
That's right, yeah.
But they came over here, they find people just like them. If they don't speak the language, nobody can tell they are visitors.
That's
they
right,
feel
a lot
like
of
they're at
Asian-looking
home.
people.
They're like at home, And then they thought it would be very expensive because isolated, everything is shipped in. They said, no, the price is, Shanghai is more expensive than in Hawaii. They can't afford it, So it's all changed their mind. And especially, they realize they can come here not as difficult as they thought. And so they say, well, I will come back next time. You will see me within a half year or a year or so. So that's the difference. And especially, I think, it's the Hawaii people's aloha spirit and the shaka shaka, the attitude of life. Because we are really relaxed, totally relaxed. And also, I think it's when I be with them, I always share 26 years my life in Hawaii. I told them, I think, from my understanding, that Hawaii is the only place we have over 26 million people from left China from 1840 to 1900. About 46,000 of them came to Hawaii. Only this group of Chinese were well hosted by especially the Hawaiian locals. So Chinese people on this land, they never felt they are, strangers. They were never persecuted or, depressed. So this land is free, and you can feel for the Chinese people, they're just so much at home.
That's great, and you can just hear how much potential Hawaii has for Chinese tourists if we are doing a better job of letting Chinese people know what Hawaii really is.
Yeah, I have to say something about my book is that, it's very important because when people say Hainan and Hawaii, the difference is Hawaii has culture. Hawaii has dynasty, Hawaiian people. Although right now we have not so many, the big Hawaiian population, but the people, their spirit and their story is strong here. So, but we have to really concern about the tour guide and how we, because each of us, when we tell other people about Hawaii, we probably say casually, but for the people, the first impression is very, very strong.
That's right.
So therefore, when I wrote my book, this book is basically Travel to Hawaii for Dummies. Tells you exactly what step one by step one. But there is one book, and you can sell. You know, it's helped by the Hawaii state because they put together. But there's lots of wrong information. I use this as an example is that they put some wrong information in there, very offensive to Hawaiian local
You're talking
people.
about the book that's
It's called, From the Deep of the Pacific Ocean.
that's
Because,
the official guidebook from Hawaii Tourism
local.
Authority.
Yeah, basically, they're talking about the few things, talk about, one thing is talk about the Captain Cook's monument is set on Waikiki Beach, and talk about the Americans, the evil Americans demand to take over Hawaii, and Queen Liliuokalani says, not until the sand in Waikiki Beach turn white. Then they said this about the evil Americans, crafty Americans, shipped loads of white sand and covered Waikiki. And that's why Queen Liliuokalani took over Hawaii. And also, also talk about the bloodshed of Captain Cook. That's why Hawaii's sunset is so pink. That's wrong. Yeah.
So they're taking a kind of a very different kind of approach, not really.
Yeah, they freely give their imagination. Therefore, in China, actually, tour guide has to be licensed. You have to take some class in order to take tours. But in Hawaii, right now, we don't have so many Chinese-spoken tour guides. So right now, the requirement is very limited. You can drive, you have ID, and you speak Chinese. Come, we need you. So lots of people just freely to give wrong information.
So these tour guides also don't help in terms of portraying accurate image of Hawaii to the Chinese people.
Yes.
Because if they really see what Hawaii is, they can then tell their friends, their family members to say, it's a beautiful place, beautiful people, it's a great culture, and go.
Yes, our job is truly to share our aloha spirit and my gratitude to be able to live in Hawaii. And also as a Chinese, the Hawaiian people has hosted Chinese and allowed the Chinese to become who they are today. So we owe local Hawaiian a great attitude.
And talking about that, you have so much of your life experience, accomplishments beyond the travel industry work that you do. And I just want to mention, maybe you can mention about your documentary.
Okay, I always tell people that I am a scholar. Real estate is make my living, and being to have a travel company, same thing. But my hobby and my passion is to communicate, try to break the bridges between Chinese from mainland China and Hawaiian, and because I claim Hawaii is my home, and that's why I did a documentary with my ex-husband, and it's Finding Sandalwood Mountain. And also I did a documentary called The Shanghai Exodus, because Shanghai is a place where I was born and I was educated. I was able to meet people from who were born in Shanghai, but in 1949 they were forced to leave China. Now, the people that I interviewed, more than 60 of them, most of them are gone already. So, but because my view is taking on, it's different. So it's not airing in China right now. But also I am also writing 3 books called In Search of Old Shanghai.
So you're from Shanghai, and your documentary and books are about Hawaii and Shanghai.
Yes,
History of Hawaii, Chinese in Hawaii, history of Shanghai. That's just fascinating.
Yeah, that's my love for Shanghai and for Hawaii. My dream is someday that I will able to get help that I can do a feature film talking about a Chinese have a romance in Hawaii and make a big hit. In China, bring more tourists to Hawaii.
That would be
and
wonderful.
Make Hawaii a real romantic place for their dreams, vacation, or for their retirement.
Wonderful. We are running out of time, and we have to get you back because they have a lot more stories to share.
Thank you.
And I'm Hong Jiang. This is Asia in Review at ThinkTech Hawaii, and we've been talking with Fawn Shang, president of ReadUSA, about what are the Chinese tourists looking for. And thank you so much, Shang,
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing with us. And I want to thank our production manager, Ian Davidson, communications director, Chrissy Golfigan, and of course, our producer, Jay Fidel, and you, our viewers, for tuning in. And this is Hong Jiang, and I'll see you next Tuesday at Asia in Review. Thank you and goodbye.